Imagine waking up one day and deciding, I'm going to break a world record today. Most of us would probably laugh, hit the snooze button, and go straight back to sleep. But for one extraordinary person, this isn't a daydream, it's his daily life. This is the unbelievable story of Ashrita Furman, the man the world often calls the king of records, a person who has shattered more world records than any human being to ever walk the earth. From balancing running lawnmowers on his chin to somersaulting across deserts and performing underwater hula, he has done it all. But how did someone so ordinary become the most extraordinary record breaker in history? Let's dive into a story filled with obsession, discipline, spirituality, and some of the strangest world records you've ever heard. Picture this: New York City, 1979. A young man stands at the starting line of a 24-hour bicycle race. The competitors are muscular trained athletes. They're wearing pro cycling suits. Their bikes cost thousands of dollars. And then, there's Ashrita, a quiet, skinny, spiritual seeker. He has no coach, no experience, and definitely no fancy equipment. People around him stare. Some actually laugh. Because Ashrita looks like he doesn't belong there at all. But deep inside his heart, he believes one thing: I can do the impossible. The whistle blows. Riders take off like missiles. Pedals spin. Wheels slice the wind. Hours pass. Exhaustion destroys riders one by one. Many quit. But Ashrita keeps going. Not fast, not stylish, but he is unstoppable. By the end of 24 hours, the unbelievable happens. Ashrita finishes third, and he realizes something that will change his life forever. If he can do this, he can break any record in the world. And that night, Ashrita Furman decides his life's mission: to become the greatest world record breaker of all time. This is where the legend begins. Ashrita wasn't born powerful. He wasn't born athletic. He wasn't even born confident. As a child growing up in New York, he was shy, often alone, and never felt naturally gifted. In school, he wasn't the fastest, strongest, or smartest. He just blended into the background. But he had one superpower: an imagination so wild that limits didn't exist. While other kids were playing games, Ashrita was daydreaming about climbing the tallest mountains, running across continents, and doing things nobody had ever done. He had a burning desire to push himself. But he didn't know how until he discovered meditation. Under the guidance of the Indian spiritual teacher Sri Chinmoy, Ashrita learned something powerful. The greatest strength of a human is not in the body, but in the mind. This teaching unlocked something inside him. He realized that world records are not won by muscles, they are won by willpower. From that day, he wasn't just Ashrita. He was a man with a mission. In 1979, Ashrita attempted his first Guinness World Record, the most jumping jacks in a row. Not a small number, not 100, not 1,000, but over 27,000 jumping jacks. By the end, his legs felt like rubber, his breath was fire, and his mind screamed for him to stop. But his spirit did not. And he did it. He broke his first world record. But instead of celebrating like most people would, Ashrita had one thought: what's next? And that small question turned into a lifetime of breaking one record after another, after another, after another. Over the next 4 decades, Ashrita did something no human on earth has ever done. He set over 600 Guinness World Records and currently holds more than 200. Different categories, different continents, different styles, different challenges. Some were incredibly hard. Some were incredibly weird. Here's just a taste of Ashrita's unbelievable list. Running the fastest mile while balancing a baseball bat on his finger. Walking over 80 miles with a milk bottle balanced on his head. Cutting the most apples in midair with a samurai sword. Balancing a running lawnmower on his chin. And even running the fastest mile while wearing fins on his feet. While most people dream of holding just one world record, Ashrita holds hundreds. Guinness World Records itself once said, "There is Ashrita, and then there's everyone else." Now, for the big question: how does one human achieve something so impossible? Ashrita's answer is simple and powerful. First, meditation. Before every challenge, he spends hours, sometimes days, meditating. He believes calmness produces strength. He says, when the mind becomes still, the body becomes powerful. Second is discipline. Ashrita trains for hours every day. Not to impress anyone, not for money, not even for fame. He trains because he loves pushing human limits. Third is creativity. Most world records are about strength or speed, but Ashrita thinks differently. He asks himself, what else can humans do? What's a record nobody has tried? What crazy thing would make people say, wow, that mindset gave birth to records no one had ever imagined? And fourth, zero ego. Unlike many athletes, Ashrita doesn't compete against others. He competes against himself. Every record is a spiritual journey. Every challenge is a test of patience. And every victory is a message. We are capable of much more than we think. Let's talk about some records that sound like they came from another universe. Like the fastest mile while juggling. Imagine running full speed while juggling 3 objects. Drop even once, and you're out. Ashrita did it. How about climbing Machu Picchu on a pogo stick? Yes, he literally hopped up ancient steps and mountain paths on a pogo stick. Then there's walking the farthest distance with a running lawnmower balanced on your chin. And one of the most dangerous juggling, the most lit torches. Every time Guinness officials hear his name, they know to prepare for something wild. So why does Ashrita spend his life doing this? What drives him to attempt the impossible again and again? His answer is simple. He wants to inspire people. He wants the world to see that you don't need to be born special. You don't need money. You don't need to be a natural talent. You just need a love for the impossible. Ashrita believes that humans limit themselves far too much, and every record he sets is a message to the world. You have no idea how powerful you really are. Ashrita isn't just breaking records in gyms or backyards. He travels across the globe to attempt challenges in the most dramatic locations. The pyramids of Egypt, the Great Wall of China, the Amazon rainforest, the ice fields of Antarctica. He has turned the entire planet into his playground of possibility. In deserts, he set distance records. At Mount Fuji, he balanced objects while climbing. On frozen lakes, he performed incredible feats of balance and strength. Every location adds a new chapter to his unbelievable journey. Guinness World Records finally gave him a title that no one else on Earth has ever earned. The person with the most Guinness World Records. It's a title that may never be broken, because breaking one record takes weeks of training. Breaking 10 takes years. Breaking hundreds takes a lifetime. Ashrita has dedicated his entire existence to pushing the boundaries of human potential. Ashrita Furman's story isn't just about records. It's about the human spirit. He teaches us that you don't have to be gifted to be great. You don't need a perfect life to achieve something extraordinary. And you definitely don't need to wait for the world to believe in you. You only need to believe in yourself. Every time Ashrita breaks a record, he breaks something else along the way. The illusion of human limitations. His life is proof that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Even today, in his late 60s, Ashrita is still breaking records, still training, still dreaming, still inspiring. When people ask him, how long will you continue? He smiles and says, as long as I can breathe, I will keep trying to break records. Because for Ashrita Furman, life itself is the greatest challenge, and the world is his giant arena. Ashrita is more than a record breaker. He is a symbol of human possibility. A reminder that greatness isn't born, it's built. One attempt, one failure, and one victory at a time. If he can do the impossible, maybe we can too. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories.